Welcome to our blending lesson today. So today is October 5th. We're working in Unit 1, Week 5. So today is Pajama Day. So I'm hoping you guys are wearing your favorite pajamas. So this week we're going to be working with R blends and S blends. So you might remember a few weeks ago we worked with L blends, where we would blend consonants together with L to make a new sound. So if we had SL, that would sound like soul. S-ol, soul. So we're going to be doing that same thing, blending R with other consonants or S with other consonants. So before we get started, let's do our high frequency word practice. So you know the drill. When I say the word, you say the word. If you know the word, then please go ahead and say it as I point to it. Does school not, what, up, very, down, out, good, pull, come, be, they, make, fun, to, run, jump, the number 2, and move. Excellent. Let's get started with our blending. First word, frog. Your turn. Fur, frog. So here's our first blend. Fur. So F is going to say what? F, and R is going to say what? So we can put those two together. Fur. And then O says ah, like last week, our octopus card. And then here is our wrist sound, that G, which says ga. So we can use our stretchy snake. Frog. Frog. And if you want to use a stretchy snake for just the F and the R to help you put those together, your shoulder sound would be f, and your elbow sound would be So, fur. Next word, stick. Your turn. Stick. So at the beginning of the word stick, I hear S and I hear T. So that is one of our S blends. So S says what? S. And T says what? Ta. S. Ta. Put them together to say sta. And then our elbow sound is always going to be orange here. And then I says I, sta, I, sti. And then our wrist sound, our purple sound, is C and K together that says ka, sta, I, ka, stick. Excellent. Next word, swim. Your turn. Swim. So at the beginning of swim, I hear S, I hear S, and I also hear W, because S will say S, and W says wa, swa. And then in the middle there, our elbow sound is that I, that I, swa, I, swi. And then our wrist sound, that M says swa, I, swim. Excellent. Next word, brick. Your turn. Brick. So at the beginning of the word brick, I hear ba and I hear So B says ba and R says put them together to make burr. In the word brick, in the middle I hear brick. And then our wrist sound is that CK that works together to say ka, brick. And so I noticed that brick and stick, they rhyme. They have the same ending sound. The only thing that's different is in the word stick, we hear sta, and in the word brick, we hear burr. thank you so much if you're participating. This is brand new stuff. Next word, grab. Your turn. Grab. Grab. So I hear ga. Know that I hear ga. And I hear ga, so it must be an R. So G says ga and R says ga, put them together to make gur. And then our elbow sound, that ah. And our wrist sound, that B, which says ba, gur, grab. And you can use your stretchy snake for this one also. The GR, the gur, would be your shoulder sound. That A, that would be your elbow sound. And that B, that ba, would be your wrist sound. Gur, grab. And next word, skin. Your turn. Sk. Skin. So I hear S and I hear K. S says S and K says ka. Ska. And then our elbow sound, that I says I. Ska. Ske. And then our wrist sound, ska, skin. And next word, rag. Your turn. Rag. So this one, I just hear R at the beginning. Rag. I don't necessarily hear an extra blend, just Then A says ra. And G says ga, rag. Next word, drag. Your turn. Drag. So in this word, I hear da at the beginning of drag. And I also hear So D says da, and R says da, put them together to make dur. And then I hear in the word drag. And then I also hear ga, I hear G in the word drag. So now we can blend ga, drag. So of course you can use your stretchy snake, ga, drag. Now you may notice that in the word rag and in the word drag, there's only one little difference. If you take off that D in the word drag, you've just got the word rag. So on the other side, if you do a little bit of letter math and you add the D sound here, ga, drag. Next word, sack. Your turn. Sack. And S says S. A in the middle says sa. And then CK at the end. They work together to say ka, sack. Next word, block. Your turn. Block. So when I say the word block, I hear BL at the beginning. And this one's review. B says ba and L says ol. Ba, ol. We put them together to make bull. And O says bull, blah. Blah, blah. And CK, they work together like buddies to create our wrist sound. Ka, bull, block. Next word, slap. Your turn. Sol, slap. So at the beginning of slap, I hear sol, because S says S and L says ol, sol. elbow sound, sol, ah, sla. And then our wrist sound, pa, sol, ah, pa, slap. Next word, slip. Your turn. Sol, pa, slip. So at the beginning of slip, I hear SL. S says S and L says ol. S, ol, sol. And I says I. And P says pa, sol, I, pa, slip. So you might notice, if you slap and slip, they're only different by one sound. Slap is an ah, and slip is an I. Okay, and let's do a sentence. And F says R says put them together to make fur. A says fur, fur, N says fur, fran. So this F is capitalized Y. Excellent. It's the beginning of a sentence. And it's also a name. So even if we put this word Fran in the middle of our sentence, it's still going to be capitalized because it is her name. And teeny tiny high frequency word and. Fran and. And SC, ska, because S is going to say S and C is going to say ka. We can put those sounds together. Ska, ska. So there's something you can tell about this word. I haven't even finished it. But you can tell it's going to be a name. Why? Because the S is capitalized. Thank you so much if you're responding and participating. I notice. And then O, like last week's octopus card. Ska, ska. And then two T's together, just we double up on that last consonant. Ta, ta. Let's blend. Ska, t, Scott. And teeny tiny kinder high frequency word, C. And the word A. And B says ba. I says I, ba, I, be. And G says ga. Let's blend. Ba, ig, big. And FR, fur. So of course you can use this strategy if it helps you. F says f and R says R. Put them together to make fur. And O says fur, fur. And G says ga, fur, og, frog. All right, let's go ahead and we'll read our sentence. Fran and Scott see a big frog. Your turn. Thank you so much for your participation. So our sentence is missing something. What's it missing? It's missing punctuation. It's going to get a period. This sentence is going to get a period. Fran and Scott see a big frog. They're out on a hike and they see a big frog. I'm going to put a period at the end of this sentence. All right. So I'm hoping I can have somebody super duper brave who wants to read our blending board and our sentence. If you're practicing at home, it's a good idea to read it on your own. All right, thank you so much for your focus.